A parent's worst nightmare is watching their child get injured. At Community Regional Medical Center, we house the only Level 1 trauma center from Sacramento to LA. We see an alarming number of mild traumatic brain injuries caused by high-impact sports here in the Valley. I'm very passionate about educating parents, coaches, and school officials about the seriousness of mild traumatic brain injury. As parents, we need to advocate for our child's safety. A child who suffers a brain injury may experience a number of symptoms, including headache, nausea, dizziness, slowed thinking, and even balance impairment. All of these symptoms can indicate the brain is still healing, and these athletes are at risk for further injury if they return to play too soon. This patient was found to have suffered his 5th concussion from a football injury by his junior year in high school. Nearly 3 days after his concussion, he is still having a difficult time with very simple memory tasks. When in the hospital, the patient undergoes a cognitive communication assessment to evaluate the seriousness of his concussion. We can reduce the effects of brain injuries by being educated about the symptoms right away. Patients who experience multiple head injuries are highly susceptible to permanent brain damage and cognitive impairment, and potentially risk developing a progressive degenerative disease called chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE, later in life. Too often, I've seen pediatric patients cleared by a physician to return to high-impact sports way too soon. This puts their already vulnerable brains at risk for further injury because their brain is still going through a process of healing.
If you even suspect your child has had a concussion, it's very important that they follow up with a physician as soon as possible within 24 hours of that injury. I'm asking for parents to really advocate for their children who are in high-impact sports to make sure we're managing this issue appropriately, starting with impact testing in the schools and post-injury testing, and making sure we're bringing a lot of attention to this issue. Right now, in California, it is state law that any child even suspected of having a concussion is cleared by a licensed healthcare professional trained in concussion management prior to even returning to play. It's a step-by-step process, and it's very important that we take the appropriate action and steps prior to returning to a high-impact sport. I'm Brenna Hughes, a speech pathologist, and here at Community Regional Medical Center, we believe in protecting your child's future.